Great Release of Wealth formula, the G.R.O.W formula. Proven strategies and research to financial success. Great day winner. I am Dr. J, your lifestyle success coach and business growth consultant, congratulating you and reminding you on your journey today of your best life and blessed life as you pursue excellence. I am glad you have cared enough today to invest in you and allow yourself the opportunity to grow by getting this ebook gift, Great Release of Wealth Formula Intro. The truth be told, when we are not growing, we are dying. I was pronounced dead in the hospital age 19. My death certificate was written out. It read, cause of death, alcohol poisoning. Miraculously, I was brought back to life. At the time, a senior consultant doctor came on the shift and saw me there unconscious, as I was pronounced clinically and medically dead in the hospital in East London. I'll explain my experience in brief. The nurse explained to me that the doctor asked his colleagues, "What's the story with him?" and then said, "Let's give him another try." I was treated with a combination of adrenaline and defibrillator after being dead for more than an hour. My heart started beating again. I regained consciousness. Over the years, as I have spoken about this profound experience, many have said that the doctor was an angel sent by God. This was not the first time I encountered death. When I was 8 years old, the year was 1986, I was home alone in central London. My father had gone to work. To cut the long story short, I set the family home on fire and just narrowly escaped being burned alive and smoke suffocation. In short, what happened was my father left for work and had left the front room fire heater on low so I did not get cold. It was the old style heaters that you can see the live fire. You could see the red and blue flames at the front. It just had thin silver bars covering the front. When I look back, those suckers were dangerous. I threw one of my Lego toys in the trash can in shock as it burned my fingers. Let me explain further. I was not thinking or realized that both the toy and trash can in the living room was highly flammable. I was an 8-year-old kid enjoying watching the classic 80s television action dramas such as The A-Team, Knight Rider, The Invisible Man, and The Incredible Hulk. B.A. Baracus and Hannibal were characters I really liked from the TV show The A-Team. So I was being creative and using my imagination while I was playing with my Lego Men toys. As I held the Lego Man toy in each hand, in my head I pretended that one of the Lego Man was Hannibal, who overpowered one of the bad guys that tried to kill him. A Lego Man toy in one hand was Hannibal, who threw the other Lego Man, who was the bad guy, in my other hand into the fire. I acted this out by slightly placing one of the Lego toys into the low flame, but it immediately caught on fire, so I quickly threw it into the trash can in shock as it burned my fingers. I guess I went a bit too far with my imagination and playing. The small trash can had a bag in it that I would always replace when it filled up with rubbish. As if things could not get any worse, the table was right next to the trash can, with a tablecloth hanging over the corner of the table above the trash can. So combined, caught on fire quickly. Instantly, the fire got out of control and spread. I panicked in shock, trying to come up with a plan to put this fire out. Suddenly, everywhere became a cloud of smoke and flames, and I could not breathe, so I ran out of the living room to the front door. The problem was I could not reach the front door handle because I was too short. I panicked even more as I kept jumping, trying to reach the handle to open the front door as the thick, hot smoke started catching up to me at the front door. Again, miraculously, as I kept jumping, crying hysterically and screaming, "Help, help, help," nearly passing out, trying my best to open the front door. I eventually got the door open as I coughed uncontrollably and ran out. The smoke poured out the front door, and all the neighborhood watched in horror. Someone called the fire service. They came very quickly and put out the fire. I was in shock as I watched in fear. We ended up in a hostel for nearly 3 months while the builders repaired our home. I remember that time in 1986 like it was yesterday. All I kept hearing was the hit song, The Final Countdown, all through the Christmas holiday as my father and I spent the period at a dirty, depressing hostel. How ironic. I can hear that catchy melody now. The point of sharing my experiences is that if I was dead, I would not have had the opportunity to grow anymore. I would have stopped growing, and ultimately, I would not be here or reach this point of writing this chapter of my journey and life now. I am blessed to be here, and I continue to grow daily. So are you. You are still here, and you must continue to grow in every healthy and wealthy way. You are born to win. Of course, let me remind you that you made it to this planet Earth out of billions of sperm, and you fertilized that egg and made it here to grow and win on purpose, for a purpose. So let's continue winning and growing. Dr. John C. Maxwell said, "The greatest day in your life and mine is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. That's the day we truly grow up."